to was, will your child be rich or poor? I thought this one was pretty interesting. And then it goes to say 15 poverty habits parents. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just, because I'm looking down my list of shows, and I announced that when I ended season 4 on how I was going to talk about this. Just because your kids fly don't mean you a good parent. But at the same time, does it have to deal with rich or poor? Because I hear a lot of people say, well, if we lived in a better neighborhood, the people in the suburbs don't live like the people in the ghetto and blah, 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 blah. I mean, you really can. It's really how you think about it. Either you got excuses or you got plans to get that job done. Whatever that may be. So, the second article I'm going to run through real quick, and then we're going to do quote for the day, is Rich Habits, the Key to Success and a Happy Future. And it's called richhabits.net. Just type that in and that should pop up. The title is, Will Your Child Be Rich or Poor? 15 Poverty Habits Parents Teach Their Children. It doesn't say about rich or poor. They said parents in general. So I really, just looking at the title, I don't think that matters. But I'll read it. Let's see what it says. When I travel the country... The author is Thomas C. Corley. And it reads, February 3rd, 2017. When I travel the country speaking to high school and college students about exactly what they need to do to become financially successful in life, I always begin my presentation by asking 3 questions. How many want to be financially successful in life? Let me know in the chat room. That's for you to answer as well. I'm going to put that in the chat room as a question. It says, how many want to be financially successful in life? It probably didn't say it right. How many want to be financially successful in life? Well, you get my drift. How many want to be financially successful in life? How many think they will be financially successful in life? Almost every time I ask the first 2 questions, every hand rises in the air. Then I ask the magic 3rd question. How many have taken a course in school on how to be financially successful in life? Not one hand raises in the air, ever. Clearly, every student wants to be successful and thinks they will be successful, but none have been taught by their parents or their school system how to be financially successful in life. Not only are there no courses or basic financial success principles, but there are no structured courses teaching basic financial literacy. We are raising our children to be financially illiterate and to fail in life. Is it any wonder that most Americans live paycheck to paycheck? That most Americans accumulate more debt than assets? That many Americans lose their homes when they lose their job? Is it any wonder that most Americans cannot afford college for their children, and that student loan debt is now the largest type of consumer debt? What's worse is what our children are being taught by their parents, the school system, politicians, and the national media. They are teaching our children that the wealthy are corrupt, greedy, have much too much wealth, and that this wealth needs to be redistributed. What kind of message do you think that sends to America's future generation? It is teaching them that seeking financial success is a bad and evil thing. It is discouraging them to excel in life and pursue success. Here are some statistics from my 5-year-old study on the daily habits that separate the wealthy from the poor. 63% of self-made millionaires were required by their parents to read 2 or more nonfiction books every month versus only 3% of the poor. 63% of the wealthy spent less than 1 hour per day on recreational internet use. 74% of the poor spent more than an hour a day in the internet. 9% of the wealthy watched reality TV shows versus 78% of the poor. 63% of the wealthy had a positive, optimistic mindset. 94% of the poor had a negative, pessimistic mindset. There we go with that mindset again, y'all. The fact is, the poor are poor because they have too many poverty habits and too few rich habits. The best parents teach their children good habits that lead to success, and the worst parents teach their kids bad habits that lead to poverty. In my books, I share exactly what these habits are. We don't have a wealth gap in this country. We have a parent gap. We don't have income inequality. We have parent inequality. Parents and our schools need to work together to instill good daily success habits. They need to be teaching children specific rich habits that lead to success. Here are some examples. So on that note, quote for the day. Limit TV, social media, video games, and cell phone use to no more than 1 hour a day. Require that children read one nonfiction book a week and should be required to write a one-page summary of what they learned for their parents to review. Require children to aerobically exercise 20 to 30 minutes a day. Limit junk food to no more than 300 calories a day. And some of this stuff costs money, so this might save you some of y'all some money here. Looks like that to me. Teach children to dream and to pursue their dreams. Yeah, that'll keep them busy for sure. Have them write a script of their ideal future life. Require that children set goals. Require working age children to work or volunteer at least 10 hours a week. Discipline children when they lose their temper so they understand the consequence of not controlling this very costly emotion. Anger is the most costly emotion. It gets people fired, causes divorce, and damages valuable relationships. Parents and children need to set aside at least an hour a day to talk to one another. Not on Facebook, not on cell phone, but face to face. The only quality time is quantity time. And finally, teach children how to manage their time. Teach how to create a daily to-do list. They can put their to-do list on their bedroom door so parents can check it each day. Lastly, high school should be teaching financial education to their students beginning in freshman year. It needs to be a multi-pronged curriculum that includes the following courses. How to pay bills and balance a checkbook, freshman year. How to save and invest your savings, sophomore year. How insurance works, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, health insurance, junior year. Understanding student loans, junior year. And personal income tax fundamentals, senior year. Schools teach what they're required to teach. It's unfortunate, but financial education is not a requirement in most schools, and thus it is up to the parents to teach their kids to be money smart. So if you want to find out if you're teaching your kids the right habits, take this short test. Rich Habits Tests Parents. That's pretty good. So yeah, are we teaching success? Or are we just teaching, materialistic lifestyles? It's more to a lifestyle than being materialistic, having the best clothes and shoes on. That doesn't show you're a parent. That just shows that you like to spend money on kids' stuff. And that's cool. That's awesome that you're able to do that. But what is it teaching them at the end of the day? Like, success is not just fame, not just, moving to another level or whatnot. It's a lifestyle. it's something that's automatic to you that you can do without any pressure, and you're really good at it. And it's your job to just get up and do what you need to do to go pursue dreams. That's what you're put here to do. And whatever thing that is, specifically, I'm going to say, then you already know what you want. It's time to go out and start doing it. But it's also good to let your kids watch you, run your business, come in here and watch you. They always come in the studio to see what I'm doing, to see that, oh yeah, it is 9 o'clock and mommy is doing a radio show. Mommy is saving money. Mommy's talking more about budgeting. It's a little awkward right now. And no, everybody's not going to agree with it. You're probably going to have hurdles and bumps in the road with somebody because they're bumping heads, because they want to spend and you don't, and it's not time to, because you have the ability to know when and when not to spend and when to invest, because people are investing when they should be saving, and saving when they should be investing. So when you find out the difference between the two and you actually start applying the right habits and the right principles, you could teach your kids that, because who wants another irresponsible generation? I think as a country we've had enough of the irresponsible educated people. Because I don't care how educated you are. I have met the most educated people, and they're the most irresponsible. They cannot be depended or relied on. They're not trustworthy. It's not actually about getting money. It's about being able to, rely on your team, and your team being able to rely on you as an entrepreneur. Your work team at your job. Are you that leader in there that's doing the right thing regardless of what's going on? You getting up, going in, and you're doing your thing, and you're loving what you're doing. You got a passion for it, at least to get the job done. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all how you think about it. And then you can implement that same kind of thinking into your children, because, time in life is short. You don't want to be wasting your time with the wrong habits, and then it was simple. All you had to do was follow a different path. But you ended up like everybody else, and now you're teaching your kids how to end up like everybody else. That's the greatest concern that most parents should have. I mean, I do, but that's just me. You could jump in at any time, live in the chat room, you know what I mean? Let me know what you thought about those 2 articles and where you can get them from. Inbox me, let me know on the Boss Lady page what you thought about those topics, because everybody